Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, just like this.
Because I think this thing is devoted to the Hulk. Now, I wanted to get originally my idea was to create a lovable monster. Sounds silly, and it probably was silly, but when I was a kid, I loved the Frankenstein movie, the one with Boris Karloff. I hadn't read the book. The movie was what really grabbed me. And I always felt that the monster that the role that Karloff played, he was the good guy. He didn't want to hurt anybody. He didn't know what he was doing. The poor guy was taken from the dead. He had a brain slapped into him, and all these idiots with torches used to chase him up and down the hills, and he didn't know where to go or what to do. And I thought, I bet it would be fun to try to get a character who's kind of a monster, but he's really good. But just because he looks and acts like a monster, people hate him, fear him, hunt him, and try to destroy him. Okay, now that sounds kind of silly. So how do you make it realistic? How do you combine reality with fantasy? So I also loved the story of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I liked the idea of this good guy who turned into a real evil man, could turn back and forth. The original Morpha. And I thought it might be interesting if my monster, who I decided to call the Hulk, if the Hulk could also be a normal person who for some reason turned into the Hulk. So the reader would have a normal person to sympathize with, care about, and believe in, and also have the Hulk to care about. Now, how would I make that credible? How would I make that so the reader would be willing to suspend disbelief and imagine it could happen? I had heard the expression gamma rays somewhere. Now, again, I have no idea what a gamma ray is, but it sounds very scientific. So I figured, okay, somebody is building a gamma ray bomb, it explodes, and the radiation, the effects of the bomb hit our hero. Now, to make him a hero, Bruce Banner, to make him a hero, he has to do heroic things. So in the beginning, there's this young boy, Rick Jones, I believe was his name, walking across the field where they were testing the bomb. And this idiot Jones didn't know there was a bomb being tested, and he'd have been killed. So our hero, Bruce Banner, sacrifices his own life to run out, save the kid. He throws himself on top of the kid. The bomb explodes. He gets hit by the radiation. Now, it's silly, but if you're willing to go along with the story and accept it, I felt, okay, I was willing to believe it. Why wouldn't the reader? To me, the ideal hero is a guy that you feel could exist in real life. And a guy that if he or she did exist in real life, you would like to know them or be friends with them. Then you've got the perfect superhero. I mean, who wouldn't want to pal around with the Incredible Hulk? I mean, you wouldn't care what neighborhood you were walking down in, unarmed, if he was walking at your side. When I wanted to do that character, I thought to myself, how can I give him a costume? I'm going to be drawing a big monster. No monster is going to go out and put on a costume. But I knew that the kids like costumes. So I figured I'll do the second best. I'll give him a different color skin. Maybe that'll be the equivalent of a monster. Well, what color would I use? I figured maybe a mysterious-looking gray would be nice. Gray is kind of spooky and depressing and mysterious. So in the first issue, we colored him gray. But what happened was, for some reason, the printer had difficulty printing that gray color. And on some pages, he was light gray. On some pages, he was dark gray. On some pages, he looked almost black. And I figured, we can't have a hero whose skin color changes all the time. So I called the printer, hey, what colors can you print with no trouble? They said, oh, any of them. It's just gray is a little bit of a problem. So I thought, okay, what color isn't being used at the moment? And I figured, I can't think of any green characters. We'll make them green. I mean, it was just as casual as that. And it turned out to be a great choice because, as I mentioned sometime earlier, I love advertising and I love catchphrases. And by making them green, I was able to give them nicknames like the Jolly Green Giant, the Green Goliath. So I'm very glad we made him green.